Hey everyone, this is Sean back with From Noob to Nerd Part 3. I'm about 2 weeks out from the start of my class, the web development class with General Assembly. So I figured I'd give everybody an update on where I'm at and just let you know what I've got going on. So like I said, I'm about 2 weeks out from the start of class, and the most recent thing I've done in preparation for my class to start is I completed Code Academy's Intro to JavaScript course. It probably took me around 15 hours to complete that, and it gave me a very good understanding of the foundation and the basics of JavaScript. We didn't do anything too complicated, didn't take a ton of time. I really think anybody can go through that course start to finish, do a really nice job kind of setting you up with the basics and getting you through that. So like I said, that 15 hours is probably kind of a rough estimate. I did it in a very piecewise fashion. So let's just take a look at kind of what the final project of that looked like and where I'm going from here. Okay, here you see my Code Academy homepage. You'll see I've got 3 completed skills. We'll take a look at this JavaScript one. 100% lessons done. The quizzes I didn't do because that was part of the paid program, and I figured I'm paying enough for General Assembly. I can stick with that later. So this is the stuff I think I got up to about here last time with the Dragon Slayer, my second video. So let's just take a quick look at the last thing I did, which was build a cash register. This is the very last project. So we'll skip to the last part. And from here, the first thing I think you're going to notice if you've never seen anything like this is this could be a bit intimidating. I mentioned that in the last video, especially if you're totally unfamiliar. And my best advice is start from scratch. They're going to get you to this point. Just stick with it and spend the 10 to 20 hours it's going to take you to get here if you really are interested. So we'll run through this very quickly. Some people after the last video said they wanted to see a bit more of the code and kind of have it explained. But I want to keep this relatively short, so I'll run through quick. So again, this idea of functions. So we name our function staff member. These are the things that get passed into it, name and discount percent, and then they get saved in a certain way. So for example, Bob, we're going to plug this variable Bob into he's going to become a new staff member, and we're going to pass in this bit of information. The name of Bob goes in the name, 10 goes into the discount percent. And so later on when we use these functions, it'll have that info and get passed in and we'll do something to it. So here's a variable for me created. Then we look at this cash register. So this is the actual box that keeps track of everything that's going into it. So this idea of add allows us to just basically add on to the total everything that's been put in and keep track of the last transaction amount, excuse me, so that we can void it out if needed, and that's this function here. And here's an example of scan is another thing where you're going to pass in 2 things, the item and the quantity. So if we pass in eggs, for example, it knows that 98 cents is going to be the price and the quantity is how many we get. So what's going to happen is when we plug in eggs, it's going to ring in 98 cents times however many you put into it and keep track of it that way. So here's the staff discount being applied. The employee, so Sean.discount percent, whatever that is, or me rather, it's going to know me.discount percent is going to give you a 20% discount and factor that into the cash register. Here we're scanning in 1 thing of eggs, 1 thing of milk, 3 thing of magazines. Here we're applying the discount for me, so we're going to see what the total would be when I am factored in, and you'll see that that would be my bill of $13.74. So again, it took me about 15 hours to get to this point. I knew nothing about JavaScript, and I think it's pretty cool that I can go through this, understand what it is, and have built it. So I highly recommend going through one of these free courses. So that's where I am with my preparation. I'm 2 weeks out. I've finished three Code Academy courses, and now the next 2 weeks are going to be completely devoted to the General Assembly course pre-work they send out. They said it should take about 40 hours, and it's going to be an introduction to the command line, introduction to GitHub, like forking and creating repositories, and an introduction to JavaScript. So I'm hopeful I have a bit of a head start there, having done the Code Academy courses. But who knows, and I'll let you know by the next video. And I'm really excited for that one because it means the program is about to start very soon. So like always, if you have any questions at all or you want to get in touch with me, please feel free. All my info is down below. I'm happy to talk to anybody about anything, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Thanks.